Hello everyone, my name is Song Haoyuan and today I want to talk about one question is why do people in modern society still create new rites of passage even outside formal religion? My main idea is that rites of passage have not disappeared. Instead, they continue in a new and more flexible form. In the past, those rituals were often closely connected to the religion and tradition. But even in the modern life, people still go through the important change. People still graduate, get married, become parents, retire, move away, or expand laws like that. Because those moments are still important. People still use the rituals to mark them. So even if the form look different today, the need is still there. So after introduce the topic, I want to explain what those rituals actually do. It's identity and transition. A rite of passage is not just a celebration or habit. It is important because it marks a deeper kind of change. For example, graduate is not only about finishing school. It also marks the change from the student to graduate. A wedding is not only a happy event, it also marks the new social role to the new public identity. That is why rites of passage are meaningful. They help people understand that one stage of life is ending and others is beginning. They also matter socially because family, friends, and the wider community can recognize and change. To understand this better, we can look at Van Gennep's theory. Anno Van Gennep gave us a very useful way to understand how rites of passage work. He said that many rites of passage follow three stages. The first one is separation, when a person leaves an old role or status behind. The second is liminality, which is in behind stage. In this stage, the old identity is no longer fully there, but the new identity is not complete yet. The third stage is reincorporation, when the person returns to the society with a new role. This theory helps explain why rituals are important. They are not random action. They give order to life transition. When life feels uncertain, rituals can help people move through that uncertainty in a clear and more structured way. So this page, we will to talk about liminality. In this we talked before, and I think the liminal stage is especially important. Liminality is the between stage, and this point, the person have already left the old identity, but has not fully entered a new one. This stage matters because many life transitions feels like this. For example, like graduation, a person may no longer feels like a student, but may not yet feel fully like a working adult. So this change is real, but the new identity is still not stable. Victor Turner later developed this idea and shows why this in-between stage is so important. It helps us to see that the identity change is not only about the beginning or the end. It is also about the difficult middle stage. So liminality helps explain why rites of passage matter. Those rituals help people move through a time that can feel uncertain, emotional, and unstable. Okay, for next, this helps us to see why rites of passage are still important today. I think that is the main reason why rites of passage still matter in the modern society. Because people still need meaning when they go through the major change. They also need some sense of order when life feels uncertain. In many cases, they also want recognitions from others because change of feels more real when it's shared and acknowledged. This is why people still create rituals around the graduation, marriage, retirement, grief, recovery, and many other transitions. So even if those rituals are now less formal, less traditional, or less rituals, the forms may change, but the human needs behind them remain strong. So that is my presentation for today, and it is my reference. So thank you for watching, guys.